Hey guys, today we're going to change the oil on a 2014 Lexus CT200H. It's the same exact procedure from 2011 to 2017. The engine's never changed in this model. You're going to need oil, 0W20, recommended by the manufacturer, your filter, the cap gasket, a oil filter, wrench. This is a unique one. It has 3 little grooves in it to grab that cartridge that the filter lies in. Part number will be below in the description for that. And also a 14mm for the drain bolt. Go ahead and jack up your car and let's get started. Once underneath the car, you can choose to remove the splash shield with the 10mm bolts holding it on and the little rivets. I took it off to do another job as well while under this car. You can leave it on. There is a hole for the filter and the drain plug built in, little flap that comes down. What you're going to want to do first, go ahead and crank the filter housing loose. Keep in mind, you're going to want to make sure this filter cap is seated correctly on this. So you'll see a little groove on the cap itself. You're going to want to make sure that is perfectly on that groove to where this does not move. If it moves at all, you're going to strip it. So there, it should crank loose pretty easy. Should not be hard to get off. If it is, you might want to stop and go ahead and order a new filter housing cap because you're going to risk stripping it or something else even worse. These are plastic, so they're very easy to break. So you can kind of remove your ratchet and turn it off by hand the rest of the way. Get your drain pan underneath. There you go. If you haven't already, go ahead and go up top and loosen your oil fill cap on the top of the engine. This will help with oil flow before you open the drain plug. It'll help the oil flow out a little faster. Then go ahead, crack it loose. Be prepared to get oil on yourself. Have some of the blue Scott shop towels nearby. And go let it drain. While you're waiting for that to drain, go ahead and grab your filter cap. There's going to be a gasket around this groove right here. If there's not, whoever did the last oil change did not do it correctly. There's either going to be a black or red gasket that seals this cap to the housing. You're going to want to take a screwdriver, flathead, just kind of pry it up, work your way around, and it'll come off the top. Whatever filter you buy should come with a replacement gasket. Go ahead, work that on here, and this filter just pops right on out of here. Put that to the side, push that, and wait till it clicks. There we go. So that's clicked in. Like I said, install that gasket around to where it's on this bottom ring here so your housing is sealed. You don't have any leaks or anything like that. Your finished product, new gasket around that bottom ring here. It's a little bit of a thicker ring. Filter installed. So let's go ahead and check and see if the car has come to a not so steady drip. All right, now that your oil has come to a not so steady drip, it's kind of just dripping every few seconds. Wipe excess oil, install the drain plug, make sure that little metal gasket's behind it as well. If you don't have one, head to the parts store and grab one. It'll help prevent leaks. Kind of wipe around your housing as well. Any excess or caked on oil or anything like that, if you have any small leaks like that. While you're under here, go ahead and inspect for leaks. See if there's anything out of the ordinary as far as fluid leakage. It's as simple as putting this back up in there. Make sure the threads line up correctly. It should spin on pretty easily if they're lined up. It'll get to a point where you're going to want to grab your ratchet and install it the rest of the way. And you don't need to over tighten this. This should just set right up against the housing. Remember, this housing is plastic, or the cap is plastic, so you don't want to torque it too tight. And there you go. Then all you have to do, finish tightening this on up. Not too tight, just snug enough. All right, let's head up top. All right, grab a funnel. Your cap should already be removed from when you were draining the oil. Make sure your car is on flat ground. If it is not on flat ground, you will not get an accurate oil level reading. So do yourself a favor. If it's on jack stands or ramps, get it back on the flat ground so you don't have any incorrect fill levels. All right, resetting your maintenance indicator light. You're gonna want to turn on the car. Wait till it loads. Make sure it's on trip A. All right, turn it off. And while turning on the car, hold down this button. It'll say resetting maintenance data. Wait till that line disappears and it flashes 0. And you have your maintenance reset. All right, after you get that oil level filled to where it needs to be, go ahead and get in the car. You're gonna want to start maintenance mode to let the engine run for a few minutes, circulate all that new oil around. So go ahead, ignition mode 2. Press the brake pedal once, gas, gas, brake, neutral, gas, gas, brake, gas, gas. And up on your dash, it'll display maintenance mode. You're going to want to press the brake one more time, hit power. It's still in maintenance mode, and it's going to just constantly have the engine run, circulate all that new oil around. You're going to want the engine to run because this is a hybrid, so the engine cuts off after the engine's warm enough. But after you do an oil change, you're going to want to have the engine run a little longer, get all that new oil flowing through. But yeah, that's how you do an oil change on a Lexus CT200H 2011-2017. Thanks for watching.